So good morning or good afternoon or good evening wherever you are in the world. Talent Finders would like to welcome Toni Baptista, entrepreneur and founder of TAB Virtual Business Support and LinkedIn Specialist. So welcome, Toni.
Thank you so much, Karen.
Okay, so firstly, congratulations on all your achievements. Having started your own business, TAB Virtual Business Support and Marketing, can you give us a little bit more on the background of this and how your entrepreneurial journey began?
So my entrepreneurial journey really began at the end of 2012, beginning of 2013, when I was going through a really bad divorce, and I decided to leave the corporate world to try and be able to support myself and the lifestyle that I was used to. So back in 2009, I started a virtual assistant business, and I shelved that because I got a job. And I decided to re-look at the whole business that I had set up and try to get it going again. So I got it onto LinkedIn, and that's pretty much where I started on my journey to becoming an entrepreneur, is putting my brand together, branding myself and marketing myself on LinkedIn, and then connecting with the ideal clients that I wanted to work with. So that's essentially how my journey began.
Oh, amazing. So what would you say have been some of your biggest career lessons thus far?
I think it would be know your worth, set your boundaries, and always be consistent in what you do, especially in your marketing.
Okay, so having worked in the corporate environment prior to becoming an entrepreneur, what skills did you acquire that helped you and enabled you on your journey, and what do you feel you do better within your own business?
So within the corporate industry, I learned a lot of skills with marketing, with how to deal with people, and I was able to put all of those skills together that I had learned in the corporate industry, put all of those skills together and start my business and outsource my skills, basically, is how I started. So in my industry, I've adapted to diverse industries because I've worked with so many different people, whereas in a corporate world, you only get to work with the same people all the time in one industry. So what I've learned in my industry now is that I can diversify and I can pick up on your business because I'm a fast learner and I adjust quite quickly to working with different people. That's been one of the highlights of of working for myself and adjusting quickly to learning and adapting to different businesses, if that answers your question.
Yeah, no, 100%. So leading to the next question, what would you say have been some of your biggest career highlights so far?
My biggest highlight has been that I've actually been doing this for 7 years, whereas I don't think I stayed in jobs very long. So this is one of the things that I've stayed consistently in for 7 years. And the other thing, while being on my own, I was approached by an FMGC company to market their brand. And I didn't know anything about the FMCG industry, about being a brand ambassador for, the company. So I Googled everything, and that's where TAB Promotions PR and Marketing started, was because I needed to hire promoters, promote the brand, promote the product, go to trade shows. So in the region that I live in KZN in South Africa, the sales were very low. And by the end of 2015, we'd increased the sales by 134%.
Wow, amazing.
Yeah, it was quite a thing, from not knowing anything about promotions, about about promoting products or anything. I learned everything from scratch, hired promoters, started doing cross-branding with other brands. So yeah, we increased it by quite a lot. So that was one of the biggest highlights. And then along the way, there have been other little ones, but I think the biggest one this year has pretty much been that I approached one of the Real Housewives of Orange County,
Yes.
and asked her if I could help her with her LinkedIn, and she said yes. I had a call with her, and it was a little bit surreal. So yeah, I had a call with her, and only when I had the call with her did I actually kind of believe how this was like very real and not just a hoax and somebody pretending to be her. So having worked with her over the last couple of months has been quite awesome because she's quite famous, and yeah, she's been amazing to work with.
Amazing. So that brings me to the next question, linking back to what you've just spoken about. So social media is an incredible tool, as we all know, that has enabled our businesses to expand. With the positives and negatives of social media, what do you feel we or you could do better using?
I think you need to focus on your personal brand and building trust with your audience on the various social media platforms.
What is your core speciality? One of your core specialities in LinkedIn. How has LinkedIn over the years assisted you and helped you and your clients grow this professional platform? And what would you say, being a LinkedIn specialist, are some of the secrets to growing and expanding your business and network connections?
I think with LinkedIn you need to be consistent the whole time, and you need to interact with your connections. You need to build strong relationships with people, not just hard sell, and because that's just one way to quickly annoy people and get removed from their network. So I would say be consistent and build relationships on LinkedIn.
So how do people who are not familiar with this platform use LinkedIn to its fullest potential?
It again goes back to what I had previously said. From the start, you need to optimize your profile. So you need to make sure that everything is filled in properly. You need to take the time to complete the profile. And if you don't have time to do the profile, you hire somebody like me who is able to professionally set up your profile so that you can run it. If you don't have time to run your social media, your LinkedIn profile, then again, you hire my services where I run it for you, connecting with your target markets, and pretty much being your clone like I do with clients. I don't respond to the messages. The messages come through. The clients, they reply to their own messages. I only manage the profile. So yeah, you need to be there once your profile is optimized and it's professionally done. Then you need to be consistent on LinkedIn. And a lot of business people don't have time to sit there and do it. Like the American client, she's very busy. She's on TV. She's really, really busy. So the last thing she needs is to be sitting on LinkedIn. It's time consuming. When I started working with her, she had 6,500 connection requests.
Wow.
So I had to go through all of that and clean it up. I had to clean up her profile. But for somebody who's really well known, it can quickly get out of hand with the connection requests. So you need to be on top of it. Also, with her, she's got an insurance business, so there's a few queries of insurance, and the rest of it is somebody trying to sell her something or wanting to have coffee with her or wanting to know. So some of the people that are coming through on, they don't know that she's famous. So some will hit on her. So it's about sifting through those and only telling her what she needs to know. So that's what I pretty much do with all my clients.
Okay, amazing. So although LinkedIn has gone through a transformation, what is it that made you choose LinkedIn as a core focus for your clients? And how do you believe this has helped you expand your business?
So I've always focused on LinkedIn and have been on this platform for the last 10 years. When I started out as on my entrepreneurial journey, LinkedIn was the platform where I had identified where my clients were on and are still on, and the people that I want to work with are all on LinkedIn. So I work with mostly CEOs, business owners, and they're easy to reach on LinkedIn because you can connect with them and then you can have a conversation with them via direct message.
Okay, brilliant. So how do you believe LinkedIn sets itself apart from other platforms?
Because LinkedIn is a business platform. Your other platforms are very social.
Yeah.
This is, you're coming onto a platform that has got business-minded people.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, it's still got the stigma of it is where you put your CV, and a lot of people still think that it's only a platform where you put your CV on,
Yeah.
but it's not. It's not that at all. This is where business-minded people come, and there's no social. It's more everything to do with business and very little to do with your personal life. That's why Facebook and Instagram and those the other platforms are there.
Yeah.
Is to be more social. LinkedIn is not. It's not a social platform. It's a business platform.
Yeah.
And it's the only business platform around.
Okay. So can you give us some examples of how you personally use LinkedIn to help your business as well as your clients to generate real leads and real business?
So I focus a lot on personal branding for both myself and my clients.
Yeah.
People do business with people they know, like, and trust. So on LinkedIn, you need to, whether it's you or your clients, you need to be consistent and you need to start building those relationships. So people like people who are authentic and real and consistent. So there are times in my own business, I wouldn't do it for my clients, but lately, because TikTok has become the biggest thing, I'll do a couple of TikTok videos and I'll put it onto LinkedIn so that people like that type of thing where it's not always serious business, but they can see a fun side to you. So that is being authentic, it's being real, it's showing another side to me where it's not always just business. They need to know that you are a real person. And also, interacting with other people's posts and commenting and sharing, that also, starts a conversation. If somebody shares your post, you go, thank you for sharing, and you start conversation. So it's always building. You'll see the same people will always like and follow your posts. Yeah.
So that leads me to the final question. What would be your 3 key pieces of advice for other budding entrepreneurs?
So firstly, build your personal brand. Personal brand has become really, really big, and people do business with people, not companies. They do business with the people.
Yes.
So it's important to build your personal brand. Always be consistent and always be authentic in everything that you do.
Okay, well, that's perfect. Well, thank you so much for joining the podcast today, and hopefully we can have you back in the future.